What's going on? I just thought I'd come on here, bro, for a little bit. Somebody's in here, whoever the fuck you are. Shout out to you. Uh, what a Saturday. I hope your Saturday was doing well, wherever you are. But yes, you're in the right spot if you wanted to have a look at a glimpse of your future. You know what I'm saying? Where are you going? But other than that, I did want to just come on here and chop it up with y'all. So I guess I gotta give it time. It is late, I know, but that never stopped anybody. You know? Maxing and relaxing in my favorite place, my motherfucking bed. You know? So I'm just gonna let it. I hate this first part usually. I hate this first part. Um, but this is what happens when. Oh shit! Well, god damn it, we got somebody. I just got on here. Hey, Empress Woo Woo, I got you. Let me see here. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's good luck when that happens. I feel. Okay, cool. I was looking for your comment. I mean your question. All right. I think I'm feeling pulled with the Spanish deck. God damn it. Shit. The Spanioli. So, how you doing, Woo? I'm just waiting for your question. I'm relaxed. The kid's in rare form tonight. You know? Kid's in rare form. Oh, Anna Wood. Woo woo. Woo woo. Where are you? Woo woo. We need your question. Woo woo. Because I'm ready. I like it. Let's get down to business there. All right, let's get down to business. I respect that. Okay, I'm gonna put you up here first. Let's put you on the wall of fame. Step one. Shango, I had to walk off my job for the rest of the evening. I have a toothache that feels like an infection is spreading. I told my job I didn't feel well, but they kept asking until I said yes, but I couldn't I couldn't keep working and feeling I couldn't keep working and feeling sick around other people's food. Will they fire me? Okay. That's a good question. Thank you for First of all, thank you for asking an excellent question. I would ask that I hope that you can get as relaxed as you can. I know you're not feeling well, and just try and make sure your arms and legs are not crossed because we want the signal as clear as possible. And what we're gonna do is look into this. But just so you know too, like I mean, I know you do know this, but I just want to reassure you that if they was to try some stuff like that, like you have you have all the I mean all the cause that I don't know if you've been to the dentist or whatever, but I know that you're it's my day off too. Oh shit. Okay. Let me just wash these cards a little bit. A little bit more. All right. Now, what I'd like you to do, of course, hold on. Because we're going to get accurate as fuck here. And remember, we're peering into a timeline that, the one most probable for you. So, if you will, please approach the Shenguan altar. All right. Now go ahead and just gaze into this eye. You know how this goes. Just take this. Matter of fact, look at this as a moment just to recenter yourself, reground yourself, realign. Okay. And relax also, just to let all the steam off. Go ahead and take a nice, slow, deep breath in from the very bottom of your tummy. You do that by just relaxing your abdominal muscles. You'll notice it's like it starts breathing for itself, for you. And go ahead and continue to fill them lungs up all the way to the top. So you can't no more for the count of 3, 2, 1. And just go ahead and release that with a sigh. That has a certain neurological effect when we make a sound like that. But it also just helps to relax you. The more relaxed, the better. Okay, so who wants to know is her job gonna fire her? Who wants to know is her job gonna fire her? All factors known and unknown, all variables known and unknown. Is Woo Woo going to get fired because she did not, because she left work early or didn't go in, whatever the case, but she just wants to know the bottom line. Are they going to? Hold on. Okay. You're ready. I'm going to do the cut right in front of you. Right. We'll do 5 for this. Uh, we're going to do 7. There's 2 extras. Based off of everything that I'm seeing right now, I can show you the cards too. Here's card number 1, which I don't like. Oh, can you see that? It's the 9 of coins, but it's reversed, followed by the 4 of clubs. This is another one I don't like. This is like the Joker of the Spanish deck reversed. And then when they start using cards that go exactly with what we're talking about. Nine of Swords, King of Cups, Six of Cups, reversed, One of Clubs, reversed. Off the top, based on everything that I'm seeing right now, let me be very precise with how I say this, articulate as how I say this, because I don't want to just be spewing out a bunch of bullshit to you. The answer to your question that I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a very, I can see why you asked that. I can see why you asked that. With the way the vibes that you get from them at work and stuff like that, I'm getting more of a yes. I got to keep it real. I hate giving bad news, but I'm not going to lie to you either. Okay, now let me add some nuances to this though. Even if it ain't, I feel like even if it ain't tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, it's like, and I don't know, I somehow I kind of picked up that having like boundaries for you is kind of a challenge in this context with in this subject with the job. And what I can see from them is it's kind of like they just, if you give them an inch, they're gonna want that foot, you know, and that seems to be kind of what's going on here. But I brought all that up anyways, just to say this: if there's a firing or if you get laid off, even if it doesn't happen tomorrow because you didn't show up on your fucking day off, you know, because you're people underestimate the whole toothache thing, man. Like a toothache or like an earache type shit fucks up your whole day. You know what I'm saying? So even if it doesn't happen, what I'm saying is what just happened, I see a very high probability that it's going to be used against you. So even if this, let's just say a firing or a layoff happens, and once again, this is just the timeline that I'm seeing that we are most likely probable on to be on as far as this job is concerned, right? So even if it doesn't happen like tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I feel like in some way, in some weird way, that it's like it's going to be used against you, and it may be like the start of something. You know what I'm saying? There's a high probability. Let me say it that way, because you can switch. All right, like I said, nothing is written in stone. But what I am seeing, if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, is a very high probability that they're either going to try and maybe somehow sneakily get you out of there so they don't have to pay unemployment, or it could just be a layoff, or it could be, firing. But like I said, I feel like even so, you leaving early, I believe it was, you said, it's like this is going to somehow come, like they're going to try and, I feel like somehow they're going to try and use this, or this plus just one more infraction might be the thing. And I'm going strictly off of the cards, off of what they're saying. Nine of, but okay, so this actually wasn't. This is the nine of swords. This actually wasn't reversed, and nine of swords to me often means it's always like either someone got fired or they quit, depending on how the energy of the card. Um, so whether they try and, you know, if you ever notice the person, and I'm not saying that you have done this, okay, but you ever notice the person who can't seem to say no? The first time they do kind of say no to somebody, like that somebody ends up getting like pissed at them, extra pissed at them, it seems like, you know. And I know you're a hard worker, you're good at what you do, but if it ain't being laid off or fired, it's you letting it go. That's another little twist. All right. But this is the thing. And there's some other kind of some shit pops off here. It's cloaked. All right. with this more Joker energy. But there's another variable that I see popping off here. Like I said, it's cloaked. So I don't exactly know what the fuck it is, but it's something extremely unexpected. But whatever this is, so there is expect the unexpected. That's one thing for sure. But if it ain't them laying you off or whatever, it's going to get to the point where, and like I said, maybe soon, yes, it's been that way for a while. They don't know boundaries. Okay, I'm only one person. I don't want them running me into the ground. Exactly. Exactly. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, then and you also have rights and boundaries too. So if they can't respect that, then perhaps this is also the timeline where you say, you know what, fuck y'all. Even though you didn't necessarily want to, but if they're going to make it like that, because if it starts impeding on your health and things of that nature, you're going to have to make it this, because no job is worth that shit. No job. But yeah, this is crazy. There may there may even be help by whoever you was kind of seeing or thinking or something, but you know because it's not reversed energy. But then again, this at the same time that also reflects at like a masculine, because a masculine aspect, we all have masculine and feminine polarities energy wise. It has nothing to do with gender. You know what I'm saying? So when you are going to work, you're in your masculine, right? When you are more receptive and receiving, that's obviously the feminine. So yeah, I think they're going to keep pushing it though. I really see there is something else that happens though. I don't know what it is. You can call this kind of like some fluke shit, but that's what this Joker energy is. But yeah, they're going. I feel like there is going to be an adverse reaction from them. Just unless it's totally unreasonable, you know, don't let it get inside you though. I'm sure you've heard of the saying that like you can be in the water, but don't let the water inside you like a boat, right? The boat can be out in the water, but the water doesn't get in the boat. Once it gets in the boat sinks. Yes. Yeah, yeah. I thank you, Wu. I appreciate you. I see why you asked that though. I see why you asked that. And this is also I think maybe I'm just whatever. I don't want to say reaching, but I think this is like also the beginning of like a new leaf being turned over for you in some way, you know, in a good way, obviously, something that's going to serve you. But yeah, I see why you asked that though. How is your tooth? Is it like a back tooth? 'Cause I know I got one, and when that motherfucker was banging, oh my God, it's like, because you got certain nerves, a lot of shit's connected to your teeth and your gums and all that. So yeah, this is gonna get very interesting. Put it that way. Honestly, I am more so. You know how some jobs they actually fire you by getting you to quit. They start to turn up the heat and the pressure so much And if they're smart, they're going to try and do it in ways that you can't really put your finger on. You know what I'm saying? But you know that they know that you know what the fuck they're doing. You know, my back tooth is chipped in the back down to the, oh fuck. It was swollen. I went to the errands, oh, the ER before work. Fuck. Yeah. See, I don't know how anybody can really work through that. No, they're not. I was just going to say that too. This is the look of the thing right now. Jokers, like I said, jokers can they can also they represent a lot of times to me also magic. So if you got to get your hands, if you got to touch somebody up or something, that changes the whole fucking thing. If we was to just leave it the way it is and just keep it going, but yes, I love that. And that's the spirit, mommy, right there. They're not smarter than magic. Absolutely not. Right there. Okay? So, whatever you got to do, all I ask is that you strategize too. You know, there's some people want to just use, I've had like thousands of people contact me about the domination thing. I'm like, look, the domination thing is cool, right? It sounds really cool. Um, it's kind of like you force your will, but I keep telling people, and this is just an example though. I'm like, this is one tool in the toolbox, okay? You don't use a hammer for everything. Like domination, completely just fucking dominating somebody is not always the way. Sometimes you want to just influence, you want to just sweeten, and just a little tap is all they need, and it's perfect. It ain't got to be all like clack clack. You know what I'm saying? Put the money in the bag, you know. But so I'm just telling you that I'm bringing that up to you because I already know that if you need to do something, I'm sure you have options. So just strategize. Strategize. That's the word I wanted to tell you. Strategize. You know, just strategize. And the reason I'm saying that is because I know that sometimes, especially women, uh, if they're in their emotions about something, and God forbid, like they're on their period or they got a fucking toothache, like woe is to the enemy. I feel sorry for the enemy, you know. But if somebody needs to get really touched up, touch them up. If they just need a little bit of little razzle dazzle here and there, you can do that. I'm gonna be like you, driver. Is that a taxi? Did you say taxi? For real. You know what I loved about driving taxis? Um, is that I was my boss. So even when I worked for somebody else, I was still working for myself, you know? And nobody could tell me different. If I told somebody get the fuck out of my cab, you're getting the fuck out of my cab, you know? Unlike this Uber shit, you cannot even you didn't even do anything. The person's having a bad day and all of a sudden they want to fucking put on your review some bullshit like that in and of itself could fuck you up alone. And you got no control over that, you know? That's what I thought it was. I ain't even gonna lie, Empress. You see me with the fuck. Well, these are blue blockers. These ain't like prescription glasses, but I need to work on my eyes. My eyes need healing. I'm not even gonna front. Cause to me it looks like a fucking yellow smudge. Like have you ever seen that they were coming out with it, they said there's this condition where people look like demons. I don't know if you've seen that. They want to call it, they always like to name it's a psychological thing. It can't be. It's not spiritual. It's a psychological. What's the name of it? Oh, it's demonitis. It's like they just make that shit up. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, a lot of people look like that to me because of one of my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Point blank though. No spirit been trying to put me on. Yeah. Yeah. And I liked it because no day was the same. But it did suck also when it's slow. It just sucks. You're sitting there. I mean, now it's different. But this is before like cell phones and shit, or right when cell phones were really starting to become something. It was like right before the Metro PCS and all the cheap, that type of shit. So the only way before that you can get a cell phone was you go to 7-Eleven or some one of these stores, buy one of them prepaid shits, and you buy the card, the little Nokia shit. But yeah, you got options though. You got options. You got options. But I don't think this is gonna be right. I don't think this is gonna be as far as with them, but like we just mentioned, and this is the most important thing. Even though you don't control necessarily what they do, but you do have a huge influence over the situation. Like you said, they're not smarter than magic. So they're not smarter than sorcery. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're fucking with the wrong one. Which is why I think people should take heed to that saying, like, be careful who you fuck with because you don't know who you're fucking with. Which is why I don't bother nobody. You know what I'm saying? So from here, sweeten who you need to sweeten, freeze who you need to freeze, fucking brown bottle whoever the fuck you need to brown bottle, like whatever, and all points in between. You get in my way, you fuck with me, you want to make my okay. I got something for your ass. I'm not a regular human. I just look like one, but don't get it fucked up. You know. I see there's another viewer. Don't be shy. We're over here chopping it up. Come join. Don't just be a Lurkeisha. Come join our Empress and of course your Emperor Go. Your golden god. Okay. Come on in. The water's fine. Don't be being like that. Don't be being like that. Did you drive Uber, woo woo? I don't understand also how somebody could just want to look and not like involve. Be like, hey everybody, do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, raise your hand real quick. Who, me or them? And now it's saying there's no viewers on there. That's crazy. You did both cab and Uber. Oh shit. Yeah, I still see taxis, but I'm like, where in the fuck? Oh, right. Exactly. I still see taxis, but I'm like, how how are y'all even surviving at all without working 24 hours a day? Unless they're undercover Ubers. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even gonna lie. I miss like when I was doing it, we had the CB. We had a dispatcher. You know what I'm saying? So like that was good and bad. When the white German lady was working, she always hooked up all the white boys. But when Keisha was working, it was quite lovely that night. All the airport calls, picking up from the airport, going to like fucking San Francisco, wherever San Francisco. At this point in time where I live, San Francisco's 2 hours away, so that's a little mint, you know. I got so many stories, or as my my homeboys, my friends used to say, taxi cab confessions. And sometimes we just mob around in a cab. And back then, that was really a rarity. But that's what I love about cab driving 24 hours, this parking, be, like, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Actually, that 12-hour rule, that pretty much applies to everything. Trucking, even with the taxi, if you're an owner operator, you know, then you still can only work. You're supposed to only be on the road 12 hours at a time, no, regardless, you know. But as an owner operator, you can, I worked 2, 3 hours. I took a break, came back on later, took a break. Ah, the good old days. Back in like 99. That's when I was cab driving. 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. And I think up to about 2004. That was it. I had my little stretch though. High speed chases. Fuck. Oh man. Man, oh man. For anybody else joining, feel free to say hi. We're just chopping it up. I see because if you don't say hi, I gotta assume, you're a Lurkeisha, but I don't want to presume anything. I don't want to make an ass of you and me. Jay Griff, right on, brother. Help me get this shit. uh, do tell, sir. I will always help a fellow brother, brethren, if I can. You know what I'm saying? If I can. And yes, if you also wanted a one card pull for whoever else is here, just put the hand emoji in the chat. It's free. It's a quick glimpse into your future. As to what part, I don't know. That's why it's free. If you want to get really specific and surgical with this bitch, then that's when you do that right there. But Jay Griff, what up with the buns though? With this chick's funds? She was a tough one, but watch what happened. Did you get it? So you didn't get them? Did you get them? Did you, as one of my brethren said, did you crack it like a sidewalk? Well, I'm glad to know that if I was able to help you in any form or fashion, hey, great. All right, cool, 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 cool. I'm glad to hear it, Jake Griff. When there's a win is a win is a win, right? That's. He said it was fantastic, and I don't even know what I told you or whatnot. I don't even remember the question, but you still dealing with that one, or now there's another one we got to contend with here? Have you ever wondered, like, I know somebody else may see our conversation, and it's like for a chick to see this, it's like, or a woman, because usually any woman can pretty much, they can get it whenever they want, pretty much, as a woman. Now, the other side to that though is most of the time it's not what they want though. So it's like, oh, I can have all of this, but I don't want none of it, or it ain't good, or it's like that Timu peen. You know what I'm saying? Got you some Timu peen, instead of some real shit. Yeah, it could work both ways. I'm just saying in general though, for womankind in general, you pretty much take any chick and you know what I'm saying, and you have her go out in the corner and just lay on her back, spread her legs, right? Someone's gonna come along and feel that. That's worst case scenario, right? But someone's gonna come along. Versus dudes, it's just way more. It's like a different set of challenges. I always marvel at that. Well, for most dudes, we'll say it that way. Many dudes. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like all throughout nature, we chase the hole. We pop out of the hole and then we spend our whole lives trying to get back in it. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you look at everything in the universe, mostly all the other species, the dudes all chase the woman or they pursue or whatever, you know? Like them bitches, them birds ain't out there puffing. They're not puffing their feathers out doing all this crazy shit. It's the males doing that shit. It's the males. But how are you doing otherwise though, Jake Griff? You cool? You good? Appreciate you stopping by. Appreciate you even just saying anything in the chat. It's cool. But you see, as us, we have the pot. We could turn it around though. We're one up on that shit. So like, we can turn it around. We can turn it around. You can turn it around. I think it's just like that with certain animals though, right? Like once the alpha wolf or lion or whatever, once all that is fucking said and done and shit, then it's like he can just go bang all the pride. I'm not gonna run down and fuck one of them bitches. I'm gonna walk down and fuck them all. Yeah, soon I'm going to eat some road openers. Oh, okay. All right. Oakley dokley dale. Yes, that's definitely not a problem. Not a problem. I don't want to speak too soon, but yeah, I got something I'm gonna put out either tomorrow or the next day that may be of interest or maybe kind of coinciding with what you're talking about. But oh, for the new year, I got you. Yeah, I've been telling people you better start your new year now because before number one, already just our experience of time has been sped up. So I remember when it turned 4th of July, that dumbass nigga blew his fingers off his hand and shit. And um, I was thinking, well, it's already the 4th of July, 2025, and it seemed like literally just yesterday. I can remember it with vivid detail. It seemed like New Year's Eve going from 2024 to 25, and now it's already July. And to me, I have this thing where it's like once it hits July, you might as well the next day might as well be New Year's because it seems to just go just like that. I'm like, watch before you know it, Halloween, and now look, Halloween's like 2 weeks away. And once we're around this time already, it's like it's fucking rap. Oh shit! I just got. There's another one here. Okay, I got you, Anna. Thank you, Mama. I'm preparing to buy me multiple bayberry candles. Nice. But that's why I say, Jay Griff, like any day, every day could be your new year, right? Every day's a new year to another year, right? Because there will be, if you're alive, a year from now. So today is my new year, you know. Okay, I got you, Anna. Woo woo, excuse me. Um, may I have your question? And by the way, I really appreciate you. Woo. I got to double down on that because I really, really do. I hope you understand that. I hope you feel me. And hope ain't got shit to do with it. I just zapped you right now. Love shots all over the place. Okay, put you up on the wall of fame, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, let's see here. Okay, Shango, may I ask, will I win a lawsuit against my auntie's estate and the funeral home for forging my signature to my daddy's life insurance? Whoa, you came with the big guns on this one. And yes, I'm glad you understand, overstand, understand, outer stand, quasi stand, all of it. All right, let's get into that. Damn. Ready? Okay. Please approach the Shangorian altar. Even though we're already connected, um, because the questions got different, variations and stuff. To me, it's just my thing. All right, it's my weirdo thing. Go ahead and just make this nice and simple for you. Go ahead and just gaze off into the eye like we're spacing off at work, or even just wherever you're at. Go ahead and take a nice relaxing breath, starting in the abdomen by just simply relaxing it, letting go of all tension, letting it do whatever the fuck it wants to do, all the way to the top. Fill your lungs, fill your lungs, fill your lungs. Now hold it. Count 3, 2, 1. Let that go with a sigh. Thank you. So, will she win this lawsuit? All facts, no cap. Nice and loud. All right, wise and exact. Okay? This is important. She win the lawsuit. Will she win this lawsuit? All factors, no. Will she win this lawsuit? Will she be on the timeline of victory as far as this lawsuit is concerned? All right. I'm going to give you 7. All right. Let me just look around here. Just hold on. Give me a second. I don't think you're going to not like what I see, but as far as first off, I'm getting twists and turns. So just when you think it's over and we can finally it seems like there's going to be some other little twist. But what I am seeing for you here, just let me give you the whole gist right up front, is I do see yes. I do see yes, you're going to win, but I see it not being linear. Like, so what I'm trying to say is it's like maybe in the ninth inning, the bottom of the ninth inning, they file something else, right? And it's like I just see it going like this in a way. And for whatever reason, I get the feeling also it's been taking a long time. And I don't know if there's still anything else that you may need to do. I would say just to expedite this, because I don't know if this has ever occurred to you, but it's time we start living from the end with this matter, especially. But so, what do you choose for this? Like, what would you like to see from this? Right? I'm sure you know exactly what it is. You'd win the lawsuit. I don't know exactly what that means for you, but I'm sure it's pretty good. Um, yeah, I think if anything, um, we need to, like, this situation is not above your magic either. So if we want to get on a timeline where things are a little bit more concise and but then again, at the same time, if you already know that this is yours, like this is my inheritance, and ain't nothing going to stop it, like from whatever's meant for me cannot be stopped, right? And sometimes in the orchestration, as things are materializing and playing out, they may look like they're going haywire, but they're really not. Everything is happening exactly as it needs to happen. And a lot, with everything happening as it needs to happen, some of this shit we're not going to understand. So it's like if the universe, if I'm going to find a better word to never use the universe again. I hate fucking using that word. It's so generic. It's so, anyways, but it's like the universe is like, okay, this is what we want. Cool. This is the best way for you because there's other things involved with this that you have no idea about, right? There's a particular timing to you and your path as well. So I would just say, as far as this goes, I do see yes. Let me just recap for you. But I think we need to get some certainty in ourselves. You know what I mean? And so I'm trying to think because a lot of shit's rushing towards my head right now. But I think it's time we stand on that square of certainty. This is your inheritance. This is yours. If you even want to get your pops involved with it, you can, right? You can. And nothing's going to stop what's for you. So that's what I would suggest doing. Just to kind of like, rub some KY on this so we can just, get it right in where it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? There is a divine timing to this for sure. So don't get thrown off. That's a part of the alchemy too. I told you there's twists and turns and things like that, but you can look at the twists and turns as shit going wrong, or you can look at every twist and turn as, that's right, motherfucker. That's what needed to happen because this inheritance is mine. So there's a lot of things that need to happen that I know not of. But guess what? They're going to happen because the inheritance or the money or whatever it is from your pops, this is mine. It's already mine. We're just going through formalities here, you know? But I am getting a yes on that, though. I could also be seeing, too, uh, shades of your perception of things. Sometimes that happens as well. But when you start reminding yourself that everything that happens with this case is for me, it's actually for my end, towards my end that I have decided on, meaning I have cut off any other options of anything else. I know this is so, even though my eyes and ears, it looks totally different to my eyes and ears, but fuck that. This is what it is. Why? Because I claim it, because I decree that. You are an empress. Such a, I'm an emperor. So like we make decrees. You know what I'm saying? Or that, sue them. Yeah, I don't know what's up for stake. So as far as mm, so just so I'm so they did that so they could get his life insurance. So they got all his money from the life insurance. I got so many questions. Like, so is this an ongoing case right now, or did you just file the lawsuit, or have you been, or have you been maybe thinking about this for a while? Whatever the end result is, though, let's dial in on that and stand on that. Because this, and let me remind you, your pops can help you. You know, they wanted me to have nothing but debt and setbacks. I just found out September 30th. Oh, shit. Okay, let's get them then. So they were trying to stick you with the bill and right off into the sunset with whatever insurance. Were you guys in probate? This one bit, I'm looking at myself, and this one bitch sent me the one emoji with that has the glasses and for some reason the nose and the glasses and shit. She was like, when you wear those glasses, this is what you look like. I said, fuck you. Take the shit off. Everyone was like, we just want his things to be paid for, but I was using my discernment, not yet. The lawyer gave me my money back because I have a will, but I do have a cop. I'm gonna be my own lawyer, everything myself. Hey, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I mean, and we're at a time now where you can do that because they've already shown and proven like ChatGPT, right? Puts out fucking any lawyer that's already out there. So you can use that for all your lawyer and law shit, and it'll be right on point too. You know that, right? Of course, I'm sure you do. Yeah, that's how you do it, though. Whatever you gotta do. So are you already? Is everything already filed? And why? Thank you. I thank you. You know that, and it's my pleasure. It's my honor. It's always. You know, Have you already filed everything, or is this still like you're in the preparation part to do all of that, getting everything together on your paperwork and stuff? No, I would have to travel back to Kentucky with 3 pistols to do so. That was awesome. Oh shit. Uh, no wonder it looked kind of like that. But you know what? I put that veil over you. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. Like technically, any other time, yeah, I would have to pack a bunch of pistols. And I'm saying you still should have released a pistol or two. you know, but you're gonna be like, you know what? This is way less problematic than I thought it was gonna be. It's like I had the whole fucking universe behind me, shit. Cause shit. Oh, I see. Okay. All that shit with So he had a will and everything though. I give him, that's good. Did he have a will or did he just had insurance? Like life insurance. See what I'm saying? I have so many questions. I don't want to bombard you with questions. And I'm sure that after he passed, oh, he had a full will and testament. Oh, okay. And and you don't have the original or you're took me off POA when I moved to Texas. Oh, oh, power of attorney. Oh, and you know what? I understand that though because that was probably at a time where he's gonna need faster access to you. And if you're in Texas, it's gonna be harder to get things done. So it's like, well, let me take you off and put somebody else, your auntie, right? And I'm sure after he passed though, were they trying to I mean, at least he had a will and stuff like that. I know that even with a will though, right, you can still get stuck in probate. I don't know if that's what happened with you guys or not, but were they like acting like vultures afterwards? You know how people get crazy when somebody dies, right? Or when somebody transitions, especially family, they go picking through your shit like vultures. You know what I'm saying? You be at peace with this though, and whatever you gotta do, you just do it. But you be at peace with this. This is a wrap. This is a wrap. In your favor, I'm just saying, this is a wrap. Sorry to hear that. Like they had the whole shit planned, huh? They had the whole shit planned. I know that's gotta hurt though. You, anyways, like, or did hurt, you know, that's gotta hurt. That's great. That's just, and it happens every day too. People lose their goddamn minds, you know? Yeah, my mom tried to, damn, god damn, fine, girl. Fuck. I know you, you cannot not be a warrior, just period. A warrior empress, you know, with all of that. Like, I personally cannot relate to that. I can't even imagine, like, my mother trying to kill me, you know, or the fact that even she would consider it or think about it, you know. Yeah, and they will after, and they will too now. At when you as after this whole thing, after all these shenanigans, and after this whole thing is done, watch. They may still try and pull some shit out, like whatever, but as long as you watch your back as well as your front, keep your fortification up. I mean, they can't stop what's right. They can't stop what's right. That is fucking insane. That's people losing their minds. It's like you've been alive as long as he's been alive. That you didn't make. You're willing to kill all. You know, people get so desperate, and people get so like, oh man, that greed is crazy. Like there's no other way for them to get them a bag besides preying on his inheritance, which should rightfully go to you. I don't know if you have any other siblings or if you're an older child, but I think the inheritance should go to the children, you know, or whoever the kids are. I mean, yeah, and if there's a wife somewhere, oh, and they did. Oh, then you get it all. You gonna get it all. Woo woo. You, it's already yours. All right. Your daddy's inheritance is already yours. Somehow, some way. I don't know how. I mean, you're doing the right things by doing this lawsuit and all this other shit, but yeah, reclaiming, calling, just like you called your, have you ever called your energy back from like all the relationships and things of the past? No, don't be sorry. What are you sorry for? There's nothing to be sorry about. Okay. Well, go ahead and you do your thing. You do your sage. Hey, sage the side of your mouth. I don't say put it in your mouth, but I'm saying like go over your head, especially. You know what I'm saying? The same way you call, yeah, that's what I was going to say. The same principle works the same, you know? The same way you can call your energy back or fragments or whatever, if you got fragmented or something like that, or something super traumatic or whatever, or just, you know, relationships. Relationships take your energy and you also take their energy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like call all your shit back. Well, this is part of your shit. And since this is all really coming down to money, money is energy. So this is yours. So reclaim it, call it back. And every day from now on, You're going to say at least a few times a day and really mean it, really actually say it from your heart and your head. Don't just like robot. I mean, you can robotically say it too, but I'm so grateful all this is over and done with. Like, even talk to your dad, like, hey, dad, I don't know if you talk to him about it. Talk to him about it. He knows what the fuck is going on, you know? He's seen all this shit. He's seen shit you ain't seen, heard shit you ain't heard, you know? You got a lot of resources, though. That's all I'm gonna say. That's fucking crazy. Yeah. Yeah, to say the least, I would say. Yeah, it is, Mama. But you know what? In the end, it's for what it's worth. It's gonna be worth it. You know, it's gonna be worth it. Everything, call everything back. You know what I mean? It's gonna be worth it. And you only got to do it once. You don't got to keep calling it back. If you call it back and you know that it worked, then why would you keep doing it? After I do it one time, really good, where you really bust your nut doing that, then it's about just, I'm grateful for this, you know? Really grateful. But yes, same way you call back energy, same there. Backup protector. He knows. He knows. He knows. He's seeing all these things. So I don't know if you've either been just working with him or spending any time, you know, or if he's on one of your altars. I would say now's a good time though, you know. And of course, obviously not just for this, but I mean, hell, you know he'd want to correct this shit. He wouldn't let this shit go down like this. That's why he even went through the trouble of all this. And even when you go through the trouble of all this, it can still get cock blocked, but it's a temporary thing. It's not even cock blocked, it's just delayed. That's all. And if this ain't showing you true colors, I don't know what else is, right? Man, I can't even imagine though. Like, I'm just, wow. I feel, I feel a way for you, I really do. Shit. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Woo woo. I want to thank you for being that writer, and also for for everything, and for I might put it into a book and make it accessible. There you go. You might as well. Shit. Yeah. Well, I expect to keep the updates. I'm going to be back on here in a couple days or whenever I come back, whatever. But if you can catch me, definitely want to know what's going on. Or keep me posted. I'll say. I don't want to be asking, too much because I like to, even with my own life and my own shit, I like to let it cook. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And that's also why I don't tell anybody about anything usually, because, you know, hey, how's it? How about this? And how about that? I was like, well, it's going, or this, yeah, it's great, blah, 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 or, but yes, let's get it. Just remember, it's time to it's your time to live in boldness, not even boldness, audacity, to have the audacity to be like, really exemplify that emperor's name, because emperors and empresses don't ask, they decree. You know what I'm saying? They command, and that is what you are. So yeah, it's time. It's time to just, hey, this is mine. Period. But definitely much love, and I, definitely appreciate you. But I do want to hear about it. I'm not gonna ever forget this shit. But like, if I see you next time I'm on here, I'm not gonna say nothing. If you bring something up, fine, great. But after a little while, I will tap back in. But while you're getting all the things in order and doing all the stuff like that, I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you cook. But please, you know, when you're ready, let me know. Give me an update. You know. But anyhow, go sage. Maybe put some tea tree oil up in that motherfucker. That can help. Also, cloves can help too. Um, yeah, I don't know if they gave you anything else for that shit, but optimum healing and health to you now, now, and now. Okay, that's for sure. All right. So, anyways, let me get up out of here. Much love. Thank you, Woo Woo. I appreciate you so, and we'll see everyone else next time when we come back.